Keeping it real, right here on Stu's channel.
Welcome back to Stu's channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to install LED lights onto your plane. You're probably a little threatened, some of you. Oh, I can't do that. That's just far too complicated. I can't solder. No way. Relax. I'm going to make this about as easy as it gets. It isn't going to get any easier. The things that you're going to need for your project. You're obviously going to need some LEDs. Go down to your hobby shop or get online and order a bunch of them. Make sure that you get white in there too. It's a great color. It really is outstanding. Get some whites, make sure to get some blues. That's an excellent color. The reds, the greens, some people do like the yellow. Get a whole bunch of lights. While you're ordering or you are down at your hobby shop, make sure to pick yourself up the female balance end connector. What is it? Well, look, let me give you a clue. This is your balance end of your battery. This is the balance female side with just blank wires on the end. I'm going to be using the flight battery instead of a separate battery. If you use a separate power source, you're always going to deal with weight, extra weight on your plane. It kind of sucks. Alright, so you're going to need some solder. Just get some thin stuff. Really, you can go get pretty much anything. Go get some solder. The smaller stuff is really good. Get some flux. Just ask for it. If you're down at Home Depot or Lowe's or at the hobby shop or wherever, ask for some flux. Really doesn't matter what kind you get. Just pick up some flux. I won't even tell you what this is so that you won't have to stress about it. You're going to need your wire cutters. Not wire cutters, but wire strippers. What's this for? For speaker cable. You're going to want to get some speaker cable. The thinner, the better, because you don't want a whole bunch of weight on your plane. So pick up some of this speaker cable. And of course, a soldering iron. You do not need to have some big expensive soldering gun or some, just don't do it. You can go get yourself a $2 soldering iron and you're golden. You're good to go. So we'll leave it to that. What I'm going to be putting lights on today is a Funjet Ultra. Yeah, I know you're thinking, oh my god, this guy's crazy. Nah, I'm ready for this. Okay, I've got the Habu going. I'm ready for this. So you're wondering, now I've started a little bit of this ahead of time, unfortunately. But what you're going to do is, you're going to get your LEDs. You're going to start looking at how you want your lights laid out. Just kind of get your colors and kind of go, yeah, I want a piece here, wherever you're going to put them. Just lay out your wires, however they're going to go. Just get a pattern. Don't worry about anything but just laying out your pattern and cutting your pieces. There's something I want you to see. Every 3 LED on these strips, you'll see a line. That line, that's where you cut. Anywhere on this. And don't worry if you're starting to make your patterns and you've cut. These things can actually be soldered back together really easy. So every 3rd line, you'll also notice that there is a positive and a negative on each one of these all the way down the strip. With that positive and negative all the way down the strip, it's pretty hard to screw this up. So the bottom line right here is that, and I've gone a little bit ahead of schedule here because my camera went out. You can see what took place here. What you're going to do is you're going to lay out your pieces like so. However they're going to be on your plane. You can even take the adhesive off and stick the lights on where you want them to go. Literally, you can. You can just take the pieces and put them on the plane. I don't, because I'm still kind of playing around with it as far as the pattern. I'm not absolutely certain my pattern is going to look sort of like this. Just the light pattern. You won't see this wire because I'm going to bury it in the foam. But it's going to go along the leading edge here. This is going to be even with this. Now you're wondering, okay, well, how did I get there? How did I get that like that? You need to find a space in your fuselage in which you can punch a wire, your speaker wire through. You're gonna have to find it. On mine right here, for the first one, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna put a piece of white right here. I looked on the other side of this. I found that I could punch a hole through there, real easy, and be good to go. You can use a screwdriver. You can use a clothes hanger, a metal clothes hanger. Heat it up, punch it through. It makes a nice, smooth, even hole. Punch your wire through and pull it through. On your very first set, let's say that you have all of your pieces cut out for your pattern. This is what you're going to want to do. Like, for example, this is the bottom half of mine, or the other side of what I'm about ready to do. What you're going to want to do right off the get-go, get your solder. I know my hands are filthy. I was rebuilding a motor today. It's a guy thing. Take your soldering gun. You're going to strip off just a teeny little bit. I'm going out of order a little bit here. Teeny bit on the ends. It's going to look like so. Okay? Red's going to be the positive and the black is going to be the negative. Okay, and that's alright. Next item up for bids. Get my solder. Actually, I'm going to use this end, so we'll switch it up. Do this on all of your cutout pieces. Get your solder. And make a dot. Right there. And another dot on the other side. Do not get these two mixed up as far as getting the solder in between the two. Otherwise, you're screwing your whole thing up. I'm going to get this flux. Take my wire and dip the wire into the flux. If you're having trouble with this staying down, get something to put it down, like a battery or something. I know that this side's positive, so that my red, which is this one right here, has to go on the outside. So it's going to look like this. I mean, literally, it's going to lay down. And I can do this with my hands, but I'm going to show it to you so you can see it with something weighing it down. I'm going to get another battery or something heavy, and this guy. I'll just use one. It's going to look like so. And all I'm going to do is touch these. I'll do it now. In fact, I'll switch it around because I happen to be right-handed. I'll get the flux out of the way. My wire over here. Just like this. I can do these one at a time or both just bam bam. I'll do it like this. All you're going to need to do is touch it. Just like this. It's already got solder on it. That's what your dot was for. The flux makes the wire stick. That solder. There's one side. Set this in here like so. Touch the other side. Just touch it. And there it is. I'll pretty this one up a bit. See that? Two perfect little solders.